Let's take out just the rights part of it. Do people really want to be equal to each other, or do people want to be better than their neighbor?
And that's pretty much what I'm talking about. Because I feel like there is no real, like, equality aspect of this at all.
It's like why was Cuba in like trouble for so long with the social thing where like everyone was equal, no one like everyone had their thing, no one had more than the other person.
Well, see, they were communists. See,
Communists, okay, not socialism, man. I don't know. Yeah, political science.
Castro was a communist.
But it's like that. I just don't think it's ever gonna be that way. But that's like one of those open-ended conversations where you're gonna be on the side of whatever's in your life. Mm-hmm. Like, I'd probably be more vocal about LGBTQ. Damn it, I can't fucking say it. Their rights. I can't do it. Like if our friends were that were in that community were more vocal about like getting rights and blah blah blah, I would totally be like, I'd be retweeting that. I'd be like more vocal about it. But the people that I know that are in that community, I never see them post about that stuff. So it's like I'll only like retweet or like whatever like the major story is.
Wait, what do you mean like the major story?
Like whatever the major story in the news is that day, like someone saying faggot on the TV, and people get upset.
Question: if we're talking about major news, and you're retweeting, more times than not, is it concerning discriminatory issues or racial issues? Is it usually racial issues?
For me, it's usually racial issues, yeah.
Okay. What is it usually for you? What do you see on your Instagram and on your Twitter? Is it usually racial issues?
No, actually, it's usually the LGBT.
More than?
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
I don't know what you...
Where are the receipts?
I just
Look
feel
at
like,
my timeline.
Because more times than not, there's a lot of, not more times than not, but there are a lot of instances, almost on a daily basis, where there's injustices towards Black people that are being highlighted, that are trending, that are being talked about, that are being retweeted. There's a new hashtag almost every day.
I think needs to be needed because it's these like the argument. There's no definite answer, right? Correct. There's no definite answer for either side. Whatever community you're a part of, that one's always going to be more important to you, it's always going to be like, oh man, these people should be helping, blah blah blah.
But nobody should be wronged for looking out for their issues.
Right. I agree with that.
And that's my thing, is that I never like, and that could just be me, but I would never be like, get yours and then help me get mine. Or I got you to where you got. Because that's fucked up.
Whoa, hold on. So if you mapped out, like let's just say, if you told us like, guys, if you do this, that, this, and the third, and you follow my exact points and whatever, you'll get to have like this huge ass house and everything like that. Mm-hmm. We listened to you. We got there. Mm-hmm. Now let's say, again, kind of how I've been trying to phrase this whole thing. Now it's your turn to do the same thing, but it's not going exactly how it went for us. There's no part of you that would want us to help, knowing that you helped us.
Me, personally, no. I hate that shit.
I don't, man.
You guys both do the same thing. It's hilarious.
I hate that shit.
You guys both do
you know what?
Sorry.
That's not me at all, where like, if I get you something and you don't wear it, I'm never going to be like, yo, I spent money on that shit.
That's a different thing.
No, it's not. Because you're literally saying civil rights was there. We did that for you. And look at what you're getting. That's what you did. And before civil rights, there were Native Americans who got fucking killed off that nobody talks about.
Which they still are.
For living in a fucking well somewhere because nobody gives a shit. We're not standing up for them. Right? The same way we're not standing up for LGBTQ, we're standing up for Black people right now. And nobody's faulting us for that.
So, but going like you brought up the whole Native Americans, then using your logic, since they have their own issues, they should be more vocal. But since they're such a small population, who cares? Because they can't be.
So why aren't we being vocal for them?
That was what I'm saying.
Right, but we're not doing it. So if we're not doing that for somebody who we could, why are we expecting that from another community that's still in a fucking shithole?
This goes back to my philosophy. We're all wrong. We're all wrong for it. Like, again, if we all band together, we can get something, but we're all wrong because we choose to highlight our own shit. That's my problem.
The only way banding together would work is that if there were people like the heads of stuff, which is not. I get because of that, I think the only real way for everyone to work together would be whoever gets there first. Once you're well off, come on back and help the rest of us. It's like that. If it's black, cool. If it's LGBTQ, cool. Come back. You know.
If it's what?
LGBT. You know what I mean. So it's just that, because it's the whole banding together thing. Unless there's like chapters and people organize, which will never happen because there's no money in it, and really that's like the main thing. I think it's the money. So yeah, it's just. I mean, we're going in circles right now, but it's that. It's I think the best thing we could do is whoever gets there first, just come back and help the rest, you know?
And that's where, like I said, in a perfect world, and this is why, like I said, my philosophy is I believe in that. Like, yeah, if you make it and you know that we're trying to do the same thing, come back, help us. We can help the community. But if you leave and then you expect us to do the same thing, which we try to do, but you know, like, you can see the pitfalls that we're going to go through, but you don't say nothing, to me, that's fucked up. But Adelpha's saying that that's fine. I'll figure out a way to get there. That's not always true, because there's going to be things that are just going to happen to another person that didn't happen to you.
I think, and we're going to go back to what we originally were talking about, which is the LGBTQ community.
I'm going to be like commies.
You say it weird.
You initially were saying they're not as vocal. They're not standing up for us.
Right.
Now you're saying when they get there, I'd appreciate. Hold on.
I'm just saying, I didn't say that. Come on, man. I didn't say that.
Now you're saying when they get there, come back and look out. They're not there yet. They're not at the finish line. Let them get there before getting angry at what they did not do, because they're nowhere near where they need to get to.